I'm the old bat. And that's the old bug. Okay, let's get this other side cut out with my handy dandy lovely plasma cutter. I just love this thing. It makes life so much easier. But of course I can't get down in there. You have this little guard. I suppose I could take it off, but seeing as how I don't know what I'm doing, I think I'll just keep it this way. Like that. Let's turn this around. All right, here we go. So beautiful. So I didn't go it went too fast, I think. Let's try that again. Alrighty, this little sucker out of there. Our cub. There we go. Cool. Neat. Okay. So first, I'll make a tape template. Excuse me. Hiccups. Da, 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 da. It's Thanksgiving today, and so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I know you're not going to see this on Thanksgiving, but just know that I was sending Thanksgiving happiness vibes to all. La 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 la. And I start singing Christmas tunes, but I sing Christmas tunes all year long. Yeah, one of those kind of people. Better than, boo-hooing all year long, don't you think? Okay, getting close here. Got that little bit right there. Okay, and I think I'm going to put a piece across it for good measure. There, that should stay. Okay, now, just going to cut it out. So I'm going to use an X-Acto knife for that. Ugh. Okay, so I see that this kind of thing got ripped off right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to that. Because I can always cut it off the cardboard. It's my next step. Okay. Let's see, that's square, so that's okay. So now I attach it to a piece of cereal box or any kind of, cracker box thing. Very thin cardboard. Just to make life easy, and you can get it more accurate, I think, too. Okay. A good spot. I have to get one that doesn't have any creases in it. And then I draw around it. It wasn't smart of me to double the tape over like that. It just doesn't stick. And then get a pencil or whatever you got, marker. I have one here somewhere. Really big. I don't feel it's okay. Then you get the cardboard fit perfectly before you even start figuring out what to do to this part. I'm going to cut this side. This is going to be the bottom, so I'm going to cut this a little bigger. Going about 80 millimeters away from the line I drew, and a little straighter. Okay. Take off. Get over here. Make it fabulous. Okay. And there's this little dip down here, so I'm trying to get it so it kind of fits into that little. It's where the pan. This is where the pan ends, and then I assume it's the Napoleon hat edge is, and so I'm trying to get it right there, so it can be as much of a 90-degree angle as possible. I'm going to make a little handle because that's kind of driving me nuts right there. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, next step is to find a piece of metal that you want to use, and I'm going to continue using the old heater channel since it's the same gauge, I think, and good old German metal. And then, of course, when you cut the metal, you can always just fine-tune it by grinding down wherever you need to be ground down. That's my opinion, anyway, with my wealth of knowledge that I have doing this stuff. That's sarcasm, okay? All right, I think this is good. So now I'm going to go find a piece of metal and cut it out. Ugh.
Alright, now I'm just looking at this thing. It's very lumpy. So maybe I should use a nice new piece of metal. But I'm going to try to flatten it out more. You can see it's pretty lumpy. I'm sure it's fixable, right? Everything is. Let's try smacking it around. There it is. Throw this part marker away. So I will cut on the black part because it'll make it a little bigger. And then I'll grind down to fine tune it. I need a better marker, obviously. But you get the idea. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is bring it into my basement workshop and grind it all down. And I'll save you the torture of watching that happen. Okay, so now it's just a matter of tweaking it until it fits perfect. Yeah, it's just bent, but it fits. Goody! Time to clean this up and then tack it in, baby. I gotta get in there and spray that rust prevention or rust converter stuff too. So let me get all set up for that. Oops, blew through that one. I don't know how the heck that happened. I mean, it was fitting perfectly. I must have, I don't know what I did. Doesn't matter. It's the next day. I'm refreshed, no longer frustrated. And so I'm going to continue to clean up this and then patch the holes. Just a couple of little teensy little holes right here. There. Beautiful. Okay, so there's those blobs there. And I know I said I wasn't going to sand this down, but I just felt like, why not? Let's find out. And it looks better, I think. And of course, seam sealer is going to go all right here. But here, a little bumpy right there. I'm going to go back and fix this little part right here, but it's nice and smooth here. Just right there a little bit. So let me fix that and then I'll bring it back. So this is what I cared about. Because that's, I mean, if someone takes the footrest off, they'll see that. And it's nice and smooth. This down here gets disguised. The seam sealer. And like I said earlier, this is the factory welds. And that's not pretty. So I'm not going to worry about my little not pretty stuff. Maybe right there. Okay, I have this little hole right here I gotta patch up. I'm just gonna hopefully try to, you know, just weld around it instead of cutting it out and making a little patch. A couple little pinholes. Beautiful. All right, done with that. Okay, so now I am going to try to bend these into shape. And I've decided I'm going to patch these two holes, even though it kind of doesn't matter because this is going to get wet under here. It's kind of that goes with the territory, but figure I may as well patch it since it's there. So let's see how I do with this. This is my first time trying to fix a big dent like this. Okay, so I think I'm going to just cut out a little. I could do the copper thing. You know, people put a little piece of copper back here and then just weld it in. Could try that. You know, why not, right? Let's see if I have enough strength to just smoosh it back together. Using these here vice grips that I got. This. Seems like it's going in a little bit. Let's try this one here. You know what I bet would work is one of my bar clamps from my old woodworking days. Well, I think that looks better. See how I can. Does look better. Cool. Who knew? Okay, this is going to be the big test because this is really bent. Can I do it? That is the question. I'm going to try using one of my woodworking clamps. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to try my C clamps. I think those might work really well. Just got to find a good size. I think this is a good size right here. Try to get this one a little better. A cheater bar. Why not, right? I think that's going to work. Okay, so now let's try it here. Okay, not here. Right there. Yeah, it's working, people. This is exciting. See it bending it on in there. Cool. So I found this brass fitting, and that works. I think that'll be perfect under there. So I'll just hold that there, zit, zit, and do the same thing over here. So I'm going to clean off a little spot for the ground. Get to business here. Oh, it's working. It's always so fun when things work the way they're supposed to. Love that. Sweet, no holes. Okay, now I'm going to sand it down. bit of holes right down there. Oh, a little bitty hole right there. Oh, barely see any light coming through that, so we get the welder and pop those out. Parfait. Okay, that's kind of cool, but that worked. All right, so I have this little spot missing out of there, so I'm going to cut that out and replace it. Alrighty, let's make a little patch. Okay, there's my little patch. But there's all this rust here, so I'm going to spray some galvanized paint and call it a night. Okay, I flipped the chassis over, and that right there is this part of the bug. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here, and I'm thinking I might just cut this off, fix everything on the inside, and then weld this back on. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, cut that off, fix all this, and then I have these spots over here that I need to fix too. Then, once I do these things, I'm pretty much done with welding up the chassis. And there's no other places where it needs replacement, which is lovely. But I'll get plenty more practice, oh yes I will, on my body. All right, peace out. Okay, I'm going to get the spot weld out right there. I think there's another spot weld right there. There we go. Look at this. Where did that come from?
Needed a new tip. All right, here we go.
All right, let's make a little pattern. Come here. Come here. Flip over right there. Okay. 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 Okay, looking pretty good. Just cut that part off there. It doesn't really matter, I guess, because I gotta cut excess off anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna just go to my grinder and clean this up a little bit, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so I just made this little strip I'm gonna put right in there. Sorry. And then I'm gonna tack it in there and kind of smack it around. And my understanding is that the reason those things are there isn't so much to keep water out, but so that when you bolt things down, they don't smoosh this together. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this in there, and it's just going to act like a little backing so that I can smush JB Weld into the other side and really make that whole area nice and sturdy. That's the plan. So let's see how that goes. I have, I bought these welding goggles because I like to wear my respirator when I weld so I don't have to breathe in that smoke. And I can't do that with a welding helmet. So this is the first time I'm trying it with this. We'll see how that goes. I got a little do-rag so I don't burn my head. And it fits right over your glasses. It's handy. It's working. Really? It's working. Nice. All right, so that's nice and steady in there. So now I'm going to put in this piece right there. Oops, goes this way. Ready? Let's do that. I am just showing how my little patch looks from down here, and I think it fits nicely. I'm going to start by welding on the inside, and then I later switch to welding on the outside there. And I know I didn't clean up that paint, but once I start welding on the inside, it all burns off anyway, so I think it's okay. Oh, that's gross. Cut myself. Yuck. Alright, I better call it. Okay, I'm just going to open up this hole a little bit with my die grinder. Make a patch. See what happens if I put marker all over it. That worked. There. Perfect. All right, now let's get these other holes. Okay, so I ground that down and then put a slathering of JB Weld on it over here as well. I'm still going to put seam sealer over all of the welding that I did. So anyway, that's it for this one, everybody.